Hello, hello mga kapanga! Ano, nakaboto na ba kayo for today's elections? Well, sino-sino ba yung mga binoto nyo mga senador? Sige nga! Well, kung sino-sino man yan, well, I hope you all exercise your freedom to vote because that really says a lot about our freedom to choose our leaders and shape our nation given our democracy setup. Well, of course, political tayo sa channel na ito, so ibigay na lang natin ang usapang politics sa mga political vloggers. Stick lang talaga ako as to what I'm doing best here, which is churning out pageant commentary videos. And for this content, let's finally talk about Miss World 2025, which is currently in full swing in India, diba? In fact, just last night, it finally held its opening ceremony in a stadium. So, watching the whole proceedings last night, it really felt like watching the opening ceremony of an Olympics edition with that big stadium, numerous flags, and the immense pride and honor that you feel and see from all the contestants. And sa totoo lang, I really like how the affair was organized, as you can really feel the culture of the host country in it, with those dresses and numbers in between. I also like how this national costume segment was given its solo moment early on in a competition like this because, let's face it, recently, we are so used to seeing this segment of the competition be just crammed or included in the preliminary competitions of other pageant systems that this segment already feels like an afterthought just for the sake of being held. Kasi with Miss World ngayon, you really see that it gives primary attention to this segment of the competition because of its Dances of the World segment in the finals night, where it only chooses a handful of candidates or contestants to perform or to dance in front of the stage with their impactful national costumes. And somehow, watching this segment last night already is a preview of the Dances of the World segment of the finals night. And all what Miss World has to do is just choose the best costumes which employed graceful or elegant dances to it. So, para sa akin, it no longer is about highlighting the best or the grandest costume here, but the costumes that authentically allow the contestants to showcase their cultural dances on stage. Or at least, that's what I think. Anyhow, I know this event is not officially scored, but please still allow me to give you all my favorite performances of the night. So my basis for choosing my top picks here is how they confidently showcase their national costumes through their respective presentations. I know all of them really did well, really did great in showcasing the cultures of their respective countries. But the girls here in my list caught my attention in terms of beauty and the impact their costumes had on me while watching the show. So, here's my list. So, on my 13th spot is Athena Crosby from USA. Oh, how fun it is to watch this American queen dance on stage. Love how she chose to keep it fun and fresh by honoring her country's rodeo culture with the colors of her national flag beautifully designed on it. It's really a star-spangled celebration as she puts it perfectly on her Instagram account. From the fringe details on her skirt to her rhinestone-studded cowboy hat to those killer red boots, it was definitely a perfect combination of her love for country and rodeo music plus pageants. She was really FUN fun on the show. I love watching her up there. And now we go to my 12th spot, and I'm giving it to Monika Kesha from Indonesia. I really love the national costume performance of this Indonesian queen in the opening ceremony, as it's really a dance straight out of her country's culture. You know that warm feeling where you see a beauty with her beautiful dance that just reminds me of those locals who greet you through a cultural dance performance when a VIP arrives in an international airport. Well, that's the vibe that I am getting from Monika's performance here. Because I just love this traditional North Sumatran dress on her, as you can see how proud she is wearing an outfit where she hails from. And bonus part is, tapos ang gusto ko pa dito, yung malong na ginamit niyang accessory in really dancing. And bonus part is choosing a color red on this outfit, as it really somehow gives her power and presence on stage despite being small in frame. So I really love the combination of her red dress and her red dress and gold headdress here. Those colors made her a standout in the show. And now we go to my 11th spot, and I'm giving it to Mahaklaga from Poland. I really love someone who is a stickler for tradition, and I super love how Miss Poland's costume here, as I feel it was just right for the simplicity and austerity of the proceedings. She wore a traditional costume from where she comes from, Lubelski region, which consists of a vest, skirt, I think a white blouse too, and a wreath, just happily dance all throughout. It's just very authentic, and even though she also had the same type of outfit for her nationals, it still feels new, as you can see that she's so visibly thrilled to showcase her culture through her wardrobe in her dance here. So great job, Miss Poland. And now we go to my top 10, and number 10 here on my list is Olga Chavez from Bolivia. This Latina did not escape my attention when she performed during the show. I thought she really stood out just by how remarkable and ferocious she was in this colorful tribal costume. Miss Bolivia was definitely in character here, as she seemed to be playing a hunter, ferociously hunting for her prey here. In her national organization's write-up about this costume on Instagram, it says this costume represents the strength, elegance, and essence of her culture, and I felt that here in this costume. And now we go to my 9th spot, and we're giving it to Joy Moji Hosola from Nigeria. She was one of those ladies who arrived late in Miss World this year, but it still did not stop this lady to perform and be part of the fun of the show right away. And for her performance, she wore a beautiful cultural dress that highlights the timeless wealth of the Arewa royalty, which is part of her country's culture. And I thought she really killed it here, because especially with the way how she let loose and have fun while holding that skirt, as she dances in sideways with a beautiful smile. I really, really like it. The color really made her a standout, as she was such a mood all throughout as I watched her turn here. And now we go to my 8th spot, and I'm giving it to Fatum Kalubali from Cote d'Ivoire. Oh, I just love Miss Cote d'Ivoire here. I just love her costume here, as it's inspired by the Karaba sorceress, a powerful woman known for her wisdom in ancient times, because she looked every ancient majestic queen here with her figure-hugging costume, which I could already mistaken for an evening gown already. That color gold really glistens her skin tone with that giant headdress, which consists of handcrafted dolls representing her country's 5 major ethnic groups. So it's really visually enticing, as she gave me rich power and grandeur in this costume. Right. And now we go to my 7th spot, and I'm giving it to Jessie Pedrosa from Brazil. What a fun visual costume Miss Brazil has here, as it's a tribute pala to her country's famous samba dance. It's a very festive and alluring costume, especially with that gold choice color for that 2-piece outfit. Wow, even the lovely wrap headdress was so beautiful to look at Miss Brazil here, that I thought it made me want to get to know more about samba and dance to it, or even the other parts of her culture, just through the little fun cultural dance that she did here. So, can you teach me now how to dance samba, Jessie? And now we go to my 6th spot, and I'm giving it to Nandini Gupta from India. Of course, host country has to be here in my list, because I super love how India has one of the best culture and heritages around the world. And I have always admired how its culture is so unique on its own. And for this performance, Nandini was also a standout in her national costume, reflecting her country's rich fabrics. And what I super love about her performance here is how she started with a dance, with those hand gestures na ganito, like this, as if ready to welcome all of us with her country's warmth and kindness, as she plays host delegate to more than 100 delegates this year. And I really, really like it. I thought she was very graceful in it. Her smile here says it all. And now let's go to my top 5, and number 5 here on my list is Princess Easy from Cameroon. You know, there's something enchanting about Miss Cameroon's costume here as it reflects her country's fishing industry. It feels like she is a lovely sea creature or goddess in this beautiful national costume. And looking at her national costume here up close, you will really appreciate how this costume is made, as its top portion is made pala of seashells and materials found in the ocean, with that skirt's color resembling that of a sea. So I'm actually intrigued by its craftsmanship. So I decided to check her socials to get more information about it. And I found one, but everything was in French, so I couldn't understand it. But just by listening and looking at the visuals presented in this short video, it really was some sort of a tribute to the fishing industry. But performance-wise, I really love how she made use of her movement here to really appreciate her showmanship here. So, good job, Miss Cameroon. And now we go to my fourth spot, and I'm giving it to Myra Delgado from Dominican Republic. I super love Dominican Republic's tribal costume here as it's very authentic of her country's unique culture here. You know, as I read the write-up, this costume is inspired by the majestic Thai mascaros of Puerto Plata, as it pays tribute to gold and amber, the mineral riches of Dominican Republic, and to the three cultures as well that gave rise to their land. So, you know, it was really hauntingly beautiful. Kasi instead of wearing the typical wabuyet, Myra chose to wear a national costume that is grand in size and movement. So it's a tribal costume which allowed her to move in big steps. How I wish there was a detailed post about this on her Instagram account so I could have, you know, known more about this super gandang national costume. I think it was really a clever choice just for her to stand out on this particular segment, as Dances of the World segment of Miss World is really more about the graceful dances and movement to make an impact in this show. And I think she just did exactly that here. And now we go to my top three, and number three here on my list is Zoalis Jansen van Ransburg from South Africa. Oh, what a beautiful fish this lady is in her national costume. I actually didn't know she was wearing a costume depicting of her country's national fish until I read the caption of her post on her Instagram account. But how Zoalis here looks like Demi Lainel Peters in terms of face and value and aesthetic in this light green number reminiscent of Demi Lay's farewell gown color in Miss Universe. And I thought, wow. I thought it also had something to do with her country's rainbow flag, but I was apparently wrong. But seriously, there is no escaping that beautiful face, perfectly highlighted by that beautiful silver headdress as she waved those flags or fins, for that matter, which just made her float in air. I thought she just looked so soft and light with her whole showmanship here, given how she was smiling all throughout. If it were up to me, I wish she would have put her hair down in this presentation, just like how she looked like in her photo shoot for this costume on social media, just so she could be more true or authentic to her fish aura, resembling that of a mermaid in the sea, right? But I guess a girl can always change her mind, as that hair bun just really highlighted the beauty of her face. So, well done, Zoalis. And now we go to my runner-up of this list, and I'm giving it to Opal Suchhata from Thailand. There she goes, and there she goes again, treating us with another elegant performance, this time here in Miss World. When Opal was announced that she would be her country's representative to Miss World this year, I really screamed in delight because I think she really has the Miss World prototype going for her, given her gentle and soft beauty and demeanor from the get-go. And sa totoo nga lang, no, yeah, I feel nga she is more Miss World than Miss Universe material just by analyzing how she has been in her pageant career since last year, as you can never not miss or notice Opal's sweet personality, whether on or off stage. And I feel this is what was highlighted in her opening ceremony performance, because that emerald green chakri Thai dress was so beautiful. on her. It really helped that she was in character in displaying this elegant costume, greeting us with that signature Y hand gesture, all the way to performing a cultural dance as she approached the middle of the stage. So that's really Thailand's culture that she was presenting right there in that introduction. And you just feel the love and immense pride that she has for her country just by looking at her from head to toe. Now, how she came out with this look and presentation, considering that she had little time to prepare, diba? She only had a short time to prepare because of her late appointment. And as you can see here, there was nothing that drastic to be changed, as it feels like Opal has just to be herself and speak from the bottom of her heart all the time, and the world could finally be hers. And finally, we go to the winner of my list, and I'm so happy to be giving it to her, Krishna Gravides from the Philippines. No doubt, she's really the standout of the whole show last night, because this hot pink national costume inspired by the Maranao epic Darangen made her every inch of a queen on stage. I really feel there was a deliberate effort on her part to wear this costume, as this princess costume kind of resembles an Indian cultural clothing or traditional dress, given the latter's involvement with age-old traditions, heritage, and rich fabrics. And even from afar, you can never not notice her, not just because of Krishna's bright costume color, but also her bearing and stance. Because Krishna is really tall, so the moment she comes out on stage, you can't help but notice her right away. But for me, what really brought this costume together is her theatrical skills. It was very different in a way, but very Miss World coded. It wasn't very sexy and vulgar, but she could still move. Even the choice of color for this occasion is highly outstanding, as this hot pink color really made her a standout in the whole show. As in, litaw na litaw talaga siya. Also, the fan waves even made her look so soft, as it's just so gentle and cool in one's eyes, as it made her look so soft and easy to look at. That face is so lovely to look at. And coupled with those fan waves on the side, it all the more just makes you want to look at her over and over again. So, overall, Krishna really did her homework here, as she gave us a stunning visual of herself here. And I'm really, really, really impressed, as she is really off to a great start in this year's pageant. And I'm hoping it will still continue all the way till the end. Now, do I think she has the chance to win just based on this performance? Yes, I think so. As early as now, I think so. Because she has that Indian-like beauty that Megan had before, which Julia really, really, really likes. So it all just boils down to faith and preparation. And Krishna is taking it with a take-no-prisoners approach here, as she is coming in prepared with her very fresh and queenly aura in this pageant so far. I feel nga she has reserved her best looks for the pageant, which triggers the gulat or shock factor from us Filipino pageant fans. Because since her crowning moment in her nationals last July, Krishna has visibly been low-key and only attends functions or activities related to Miss World Philippines. So we hardly saw her all glammed up in some high-profile events here in Manila. So there is some sort of a pagtatago or a hibernation that took place here, which really worked well for her. Because let's face it, Krishna's memorable images to us was still during her Miss Universe Philippines days. But up until the next few months leading to her send-off press conference, diba, we have not seen the transition of her looks yet. Sure, may mga nakikita tayong mga sneak peeks every once in a while coming from her. Tapos, biglang ginugulat na lang tayo all of a sudden here in Miss World. So in a way, I see how Kylie Versosa transformed herself in front of us when she was competing for Miss International in Japan back in 2016. Until she set foot in Tokyo, Japan, we really did not realize Kylie's potential to win the crown back then. And doon lang natin nakita yung transition of looks niya in Japan nung dumating na siya. Because let's face it, when Kylie was still under training here in Manila, post her binibining crowning moment until she left for Japan, we really could not understand her look trajectory then. Because sometimes Kylie was so fierce with her looks. Sometimes ang soft-soft naman niya in other occasions. But the moment that she finally landed in Japan, that's where we realized ang lakas-lakas pala ng laban natin. Similar to how I feel about Krishna right now. So with that, you can quote me on this. Krishna is really reserving her best looks for Miss World. But then again, eto na. This pageant is so unpredictable. Much as we are marveling about Krishna's efforts here, there are also a lot of factors that we have to consider. And all of it happens behind the scenes. Sa tingin niyo ba, nagugustuhan na siya ni Julia ngayon, unti-unti? Or sa tingin niyo, unti-unti na rin ba siyang napapansin ng Miss World Organization for the right reasons? I don't know. I can't answer you right now. I can't give you a definitive answer right now. And this is what Miss World is all about. Very unpredictable, unlike its rival Miss Universe na ang dali-daling hulaan ng mga mananalo. With Julia kasi, you never know eh. Diba? But Krishna has been trying her best and she is showing it already to us as early as now. So let's hope Miss World Organization is noticing her as early as now. But if I were a judge during last night's affair, no bias she is my overall winner for this round. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my list here? Does it match yours? Well, feel free to give me your feedback on the comment section and let's continue the discussion over there. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Until my next video, bye!